And this is the W7W Podcast, a podcast about our local yarn shop here in Fort Worth, Texas.
Mm-hmm. So, what we have to talk about today, Amy?
Stuff.
Yeah.
Cheers to our 2-year anniversary of the shop.
Mm-hmm.
We have a couple of mimosas here. We're gonna
have a good time.
Yeah. But not that good because it's Monday in the afternoon.
Don't be such a Debbie Downer.
Anyway, so what's going on, Heather?
Not a whole lot. Just
Not a whole
another
lot?
week in the yarn life.
A week? 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since some of them have seen
Yeah.
the podcast. Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Yep. We had our 2-year anniversary sale. That went well.
It did.
Yeah. And the estate sale for Mary Wheat
Mm-hmm.
went pretty well. They sold a lot of things. And Curtis, Mary's husband, donated a lot of books and patterns and yarn to the shop for the students for classes. So now for our beginning knitting class, we have some cotton, dishcloth cotton that you can buy, but Curtis donated a lot of it. So if you want to take a beginning knitting class, we have some yarn that you can use.
Very good.
Yeah, that was really nice.
It was.
Good way to remember Mary.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Yeah. What about classes, upcoming classes? This weekend I'm teaching a class.
That's right. What are you teaching?
My double knitting elephant blanket.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a technique class.
It's a technique class.
Mm-hmm.
We probably won't be, you could start the blanketing class, but we'll be doing a square. That class is full, but I'll do it again if there's interest. Yeah. So what's coming up in June?
June. That's actually a good question. I don't know if that's even up on the calendar yet.
It's on my calendar.
Well, what you got going on?
I have beginning knitting on the 3rd. Jen's gonna do toe up socks, part 1 and part 2. She's also gonna do brioche on the 17th. Is that sold out already too, or?
Brioche.
Oh, it's not up yet.
It's not up yet, but I know that I have at least one or two
have
names
some waiting
down.
List?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, I have double knitting again for me down, and then Alexandra Davidoff's coming back.
She's teaching a hat class this time, is she not?
Yeah, I marked it in this the Malabrigo book.
Well, let's take a peek.
Take a look.
I can get to it. Here we go. It is called Doralton Lace Hat. I assume you can see it because I can't see you.
Tell me about it.
Alright, so it is in Malabrigo's. It's sock yarn. Yeah, Malabrigo
Hey,
sock.
we like that Malabrigo sock.
We do.
A lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. And it says you only need 1 hank of it.
So all those Malabrigo socks skeins in your stash that you don't know what to do with, come take Alexandra's hat class and make this hat. It's a 2-part class. It's going to be on 2 different Saturdays with 1 week in between. I think the 2nd and 4th Saturday in June.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have more info soon. I'll put it on the website.
Excellent. Alright, there you go.
There's the mailman. Do you want to get the door?
Alright, we just got a package.
From
Brooklyn Tweed.
I wonder if it's yarn.
I can tell you it's not very heavy.
We also got a catalog of those cute Kambashi dolls, string dolls.
Oh.
I know, neat, huh? All the little dolls available. We have a few. I really like Gunnar, the Viking guy.
It's a hat kit.
It's a gift. Oh.
Oh, it's in
nice.
it's in their newest yarn, Peary.
Give me that.
Yeah, I think there's an ulterior motive here.
We value the support you give to our brand and our mission to... I'm not wearing my glasses. And our mission to manufacture and breed specific yarns that support domestic textile production, designing, sourcing, dyeing, and spinning our yarns within the USA. This kit has been designed as an ideal project for our newest yarn, Peary, and is our gift to you to celebrate its addition to our family of core yarns. Let me see the box opener. We don't have a rep for Brooklyn Tweed. We just order off their website, so we have chosen 2 colors from the beautifully curated palette of 45 Peary colors for your Lucerne hat kit. This pattern from Jared Flood is the perfect showcase for this 4-ply fingering weight worsted spun yarn. That's nice. Did we talk about getting some of this?
That would be a big commitment.
It's nice. It's like, I really like these colors. Humpback and burnished. That's hand. That is one of my, that goldest harvest kind of colors. I like that a lot. Make a really nice hat. Isn't that a sweet gift? Ooh, it's color work too.
Well, yeah, there were 2 colors.
Yeah. Not just like a brim and a... There's a chart. Very nice. I don't have that many projects going. It looks like I'm making a hat. What?
So, are we bringing it in? Because... I don't know. We'll discuss this later.
Oh, you should tell us. You should tell us if we should bring this in. Oh, it's a worsted weight Brooklyn Tweed. It's not. It's plied. It's not like the Shelter. It's like the Shelter is woolen spun, and if you pull on it, it'll break. It's not like that.
Yeah, it's more like arbor.
Yeah, it's like arbor but worsted. Tell us if you want to see it here. So that's the schedule. The class is coming up in June.
Yes.
What else? Any events in June? I don't think we have any events in June.
I don't think so.
We're going out of town in a couple of weeks.
That's right. Should we talk about where we're going?
Sure.
Okay, we are going to Universal Studios in Florida because we have a child who's about to turn 11 who would like to do all of the Harry Potter things.
Yeah, I might like to do all of the Harry Potter things too.
I think we're all going to be doing all of the Harry Potter things.
Yeah, I was one of those people in the early aughts, the 2000s, the aughts. I was one of those people who would go to the bookstore at midnight and wait in line to buy my copy of the newest release of Harry Potter book. That was me. You went with me once for the Deathly Hallows Part 1. I
don't think that was a midnight deal.
Yeah,
that might have been like the day of.
They started, well, no, it was late. It was late at night.
Was it?
Yeah. Well, you get there before midnight, like around 10 or 11, and there's activity. It was a big thing. I mean, I wish another book series would come out like that. They got so many people excited. Because it was a lot of fun. People would come dressed in costume, and yeah. Yeah, it was cool. And then for the last one, Deathly Hallows Part 2, I had just had Evelyn, our first baby. And so I wasn't going to go wait at midnight at the bookstore for that. So it came the day of release on Amazon Prime.
Mm-hmm.
Or if they even had Prime back then.
We didn't have Prime until we opened the shop, I don't think.
Yeah, but it came, it was delivered. So, anywho, we're big Harry Potter fans. So, this is our first time to go to Harry Potter World at Universal Studios. So it should be fun.
That should be fun. I'm a little bit perturbed right now, though, because a while back I made myself a pair of Hufflepuff socks, not too long ago, maybe, I don't know, a month or two ago. I got them done, I liked them, but then, cause, you know, I took the quick little Harry Potter test on Pottermore, and determined I was a Hufflepuff, so I was like, okay, I'll make the Hufflepuff socks, and that's what it is, and so be it. Then Mickey showed me a link to the extended version of the test where you take the long questionnaire, and it turns out that said I was a Ravenclaw. So I spent all this time making the wrong socks, and I need to make more socks. The struggle.
I don't know. I was a Ravenclaw at first, and then I took it again, and I got the same percentages, either Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I could go either way.
Yeah. How do you feel? What do you feel you are in your heart?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe Hufflepuff.
I'm thinking Ravenclaw does make sense for me.
Maybe.
So.
Yeah, I think it does.
Gotta make more socks.
Yeah, you can just get. No, the socks are too big. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, do we have any new products?
New products. We did get a new shipment of Hedgehog Fibers in from Ireland. Yeah. So, funny story. We got a shipment fairly recently, a little bit before Fiberfest, to take up to Fiberfest.
Yeah, we did.
But because it would usually take a little while to get new orders in because of their production schedule, I typically would turn around the same week we get an order and place a new order. But this time around, instead of like 12 weeks after placing the order, less than half of that time, like 5 weeks later, they reached out and said, hey, we're ready to start production on your order. We've expanded our production capabilities. Do you want us to wait on starting production for your order? I said, I want the yarn now. I'll take all the yarn. So they went ahead and produced and shipped it, and we got it.
Show me.
We have got, whereas before we got like, I want to say like 4 of their new colors that have been featured pretty heavily on social media. This time around, I said I'll take all the new colors. So let's go through some of them.
Okay.
Most of them?
Some of them.
Some of them. I've got kimono.
We had that before.
We did have that before, but new is cereal. And this is Raku. Dijon.
Dijon and cereal look a lot alike.
They do look pretty similar. We've got Bollywood. And Piggy Bank, which we had before as well. That one's been popular.
Yeah, I like that one. Do you have Park Life?
Park Life? One of my favorites. Also is Method, another one of my favorites. We had both of those as well. Let's see, what else do we have?
Did we get Monarch?
Yeah, I think so. We've got
Ooh,
Foam.
Let me see that. Hello.
Birthday Cake.
What? Birthday cake is purple?
Mm-hmm. And we've got, hold on.
Who has a purple birthday cake?
Here's Monarch.
That's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
This, though.
This one is Poppy. Shiver. Iris, and finally, Budgie.
Budgie's pretty too.
Yep.
I like Foam.
Yeah, it looks like you found a favorite.
Let me see cereal. It's like Lucky Charms, like the marshmallows in the cereal.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat.
You holding on to that one? We've got plenty more.
What else? What else?
Thank you.
What are you working on?
What I'm working on right now is, well, let's talk about our finished pieces first.
Okay.
Then we can move on. Yeah, I do have some finished work. I finally finished the Feedergy socks.
What is it?
The Sugar Plum Fairy socks.
How did you say it?
Feedergy. I think it's like French for Sugar Plum Fairy. So yeah, I'm really happy with how these turned out.
They're very soft.
They are very soft.
I was watching another podcast,
Yes.
because I do that sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And the person who was knitting some opal socks was saying that the new opal sock yarn is not as durable. It's a different texture.
Not as durable.
Yeah, like the opal. I knit some opal socks for the sock test that I was doing, the needle test, and I used the Einhornliebe.
Yeah, unicorn.
And you know how it's kind of thick and it's sturdy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know that some folks have had a little bit of an issue in the past with that, because they'll go from knitting with that to knitting with something softer, and they're like, wow, that's kind of contrast. Go on.
Yeah, but the softer stuff wears holes a lot faster.
Ew. It's like maybe they should have split the difference a little bit there.
Yeah.
That's too bad.
Like you've already had to darn some of your socks of the newer stuff.
Well, that was Hedgehog, but that was because I knit them too tight. That was my first pair of socks.
Yeah. But none of your other socks have had to be darned.
Not yet. I've got some though that are particularly soft that I'll keep an eye on.
Yeah, I've got some too, some Cascade prints, heritage prints, where it just seems like maybe it's the way I knit the toe, but the stitches seem to be pulling apart. There's not a hole yet, but they seem to be pulling apart.
I've got some pairs of socks that are doing that a little bit, but it's through heavy usage is what I'm attributing that to.
So my needle just came out of my sock.
Oh no.
Yep. So I finished something.
What did you finish, Amy?
I finished this tunic that I'm wearing. I have a drop stitch there, but I'll just go after it later. I can't remember the name of the pattern, so I'm going to look really quick. I knit it out of, I had been wanting to do a project that wasn't a scarf out of the Araucanias.
Kanaruka?
The sugar cane. 100% sugar cane, which is basically just 100% rayon. Because the drape is so lovely. So I found a pattern, and I don't know why I chose this pattern. It just seemed like a nice summer top. Really simple. It's just a raglan top. Insouciant. Is that by Julie Hoover?
Yeah, I think that's Insouciant.
Insouciant by Julie Hoover. It's supposed to look like a loose raglan t-shirt. And did I do a gauge swatch? Yes. Yes, I did. Did I get gauge? Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. So, and a pretty big gauge swatch at that. Did I wash and block the gauge swatch? No.
Who really does that though? I mean, I'm sure some people do, but I mean,
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. So I knit, and it was looking a little big, but I was like, that's okay, it could be a little big. And it's seamed. It's 4 pieces, front, back, 2 sleeves, and you seam them all together. So you could maybe take it in a little bit if it's not. But anyway, the dimensions that I knit were coming out to the dimensions on the schematic, so I was happy about that. I finished knitting it. I put it on, and it was a little big. It had some positive ease, but that's okay. So I washed it, which I just put it in some cool water for maybe about 10 minutes, and then I rolled it, and then I put it out to dry, and I didn't like stretch it. I squished it. You know how sometimes, even mostly with superwash, you'll have to squish it back to shape. So I let it dry, and it didn't look that big. And then I went to put it on. It's like a dress. As you can see, this is supposed to be just a regular rolled neck top. Maybe it's supposed to hit maybe about there. It's huge.
It's coming off both your shoulders.
It's huge. And the sleeves, I actually took 2 inches off the sleeves. I knit them 2 inches smaller because I didn't have enough yarn. I had 3 skeins of yarn, and I knit them 2 inches shorter than recommended length so that I'd have enough yarn to finish. But yeah, let me see. I can look how long it is. Like, I could probably make it work with I might put something in the back, maybe across the back. Like, sometimes shirts have a little line across, just an extra. Anyway, so the good thing is it only took about a week, right?
Didn't take too long.
It took about a week to knit. But it does drape really lovely, though. I could maybe belt it, put a belter on it for the dress. Yeah, it's really big.
Part of the situation here, though, is that Amy's a really loose knitter, and I know you said that you did your test swatch.
I got
and
gauge.
You're getting gauge, but at the same time, I think the lesson to learn here is just never not go down a size from whatever you're planning. Just go down a size. I don't think I've ever seen you make something that was too small.
I got gauge. So, I got gauge.
I've got some more over here if you run out.
Maybe I'll make another one.
No?
No. It might be a cute swimsuit cover up. The good thing about the Kane Ruka is it's not that expensive.
Well, it took you a week. You can make another one.
I think it's a retail about $14 a skein. So if I did it again, I'd probably only need 2 skeins. This is huge. Make it kid size. Also, this was not the original yarn that the pattern used. I just was like, hey, I've got this. It might be cool. Let me see if it'll work. It worked on paper. But I'm like wearing a blanket. And when I put it on, Hunter was like, that's not right. And it kind of made me mad. So now I'm basically just wearing it out of spite. All day. I'm going to wear it all day.
People I find they're constantly doing things out of spite towards me. So, I mean, it's all good.
Punishing us all by wearing it all day.
You're really just doing it to yourself.
And the longer I wear it, the more it grows.
Yeah, you're like the Incredible Shrinking Woman
The
or something.
longer it gets. It wasn't quite this big an hour ago.
It's still growing?
I think it is.
It's alive!
It's still getting bigger and bigger. The drape is really nice, though. It's really good. Anyway.
You're going to get draped into oblivion if you're not careful.
Anyway. So what are you working on?
I am working on, wait for it,
Can't wait.
socks.
Oh.
Yep. Specifically, I am working on Grinch socks. And this is my first time doing 2-at-a-time toe-up socks. I've only ever done cuff down before now. So for this pair, I wanted to learn how to do 2-at-a-time toe-up, 1, and then 2, I also want to learn a fish lips kiss heel. Yeah.
Show that he's doing great. Show him.
Yeah.
And you did the Magic 8 cast on, right?
Judy's Magic Cast On.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The figure 8.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I really like that one because your toes look.
Yeah, they look really nice. I do when I Kitchener. I do it a little on the tight side. It's fine.
Judy's Magic, the toes just are seamless. Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, it's really nice. So I'm happy with it so far. It took a couple of attempts because I'm pretty much just figuring it out as I go. The cast on the first time around was kind of and then I didn't like. I was doing make one left and make one right to extend out.
To increase.
And I didn't like how that was turning out quite either. But then Mickey showed me how to do a lifted stitch.
Yeah.
Increase.
Yeah.
Worked out much better.
That's
so
nice.
I'm much happier with it the second time around.
Yeah, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
So
okay.
I always like to be learning new things, and I'm definitely doing that with these. So that is what I'm working on. How about you?
Well, I've got this little jelly roll sock in, just had to pick up my little last stitch there. It's just a plain white sock, mainly because I wanted to test how the yarn does on socks. It's a new to us yarn. It's a Cascade Heritage with silk. It's 85% merino superwash and 15% silk. So I wanted to see how it held up for socks before I only bought like one bag of it just to see how I liked it before I guess I'm product testing maybe. Because even though we would like to carry every type of yarn there is out there, we just don't have the room. We don't have the space, so...
Yet.
Now people will be excited, like...
Nothing's happening.
What's happening?
Nothing's happening. We would like more space. Nothing's happening.
Maybe Helga would let us build up.
You?
No, she wouldn't. Anyway... So I'm making just a plain little pair of socks, plain white socks. And then I was thinking, sock blanks are, they're knit tubes, and then a dyer, use an indie dyer, will hand dye the blank. And sometimes they put really cool designs on them. But when you unravel them and knit with them, those designs disappear. So wouldn't it be cool if you could send your sock, your plain sock, to a dyer and have them dye them as if it was a sock blank?
Mm-hmm.
Then you would have your designs again. That would be cute.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's a thing that could happen. You send your socks off to an indie dyer and they'll hand dye your finished sock for you. Might be cool. You could get some cool like dip dyes or gradients or. I think some of them use little stamps like stars or. That would be cute. I don't know how cost effective that would be. But it might be fun. What else am I working on? Oh, do you ever have a project where you're afraid of it? And you kind of avoid working on it because...
I haven't had any projects where I was afraid of it, but those feed or bee socks that was a beating. There were moments where I'd be like, I could be working on that sock, but ugh.
Yeah. So the dress, the house dressing dress. I should be working on that,
Yes.
But it's not that the technique is hard, it's that
It's that
my gauge lies.
You're going to make it too big.
My gauge lies. And if I make it really small, I can't try it on to make sure it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, I'll probably keep working on it. I have some other ideas of things that I'd like to do.
What size are you working on for that dress?
Well, there's basically just there's two sizes of skirt, like a large and a small, and you start, the small one is just not as ruffly or full, so whatever size you are, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, whatever, you start the same number of stitches and then you just keep decreasing faster. So I've started with the basic number that everybody starts with.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be okay. I thought I would maybe go ahead and do the top because it's in 2 pieces and you seam it together. So,
but you keep putting it off.
I made another dress instead.
That's true.
It's supposed to be a t-shirt. Didn't turn out that way. We have a giveaway to do.
We do have a giveaway. We were giving away the bag, the fringe supply bag.
Mm-hmm.
And also stitch markers and also a little enamel pin, right?
Yes, and the stitch markers are in a leather, so this is the tote bag. Pen. Little lamb. And a little leather pouch with stitch markers. And what was our question we asked last time? Put you on the spot.
Ooh, not cool. Something about. Oh, I've got no idea. Do you know?
No, that's why I asked you.
Well, shucky ducky.
Okay, Herman. What
the knit along.
Oh yeah, the mystery knit along. Yes, you asked about the mystery knit along. Okay. So we had, I believe you said 24.
Yes.
24 answers. So I have my random number generator set to 24. Do you want to hit the generate button?
There we go.
21.
All right.
Lucky number 21. You are the winner of the fringe supply items. Let us know. If you're watching, shoot us an email or respond, and we will get this to you. You can either pick it up in store, or we'll be happy to mail it to you wherever you are.
And it looks like the winner is Becca Mastroni.
Becca, you've won. Contact us, or we'll contact you, or both. Let us know how we can get this to you.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to talk about the seaming on this.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to show you how to do a mattress stitch seam.
Awesome. Let's check it out.
You want to?
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to film on my little phone?
Yeah, sure. Why don't you get ready?
And you can drop it in?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll get ready.
So I've got 2 sample. Oh, it's hard. Let me put it on this. It's hard to see.
All right.
Maybe we should do this like properly.
Properly? When have we ever done anything properly?
I've got my 2 pieces, my 2 little swatches I'm going to seam together. And a lot of times, I'm going to use a contrasting color, but a lot of times you can just use the tail. You leave it long enough. So what you're going to do is line up your pieces. And I'm going to go right here.
No. Was that in your way? I'm sorry.
I'm going to go right here is the selvage stitch, and here's the edge stitch. I'm going to start. If you pull it apart, you can see the little lines of the stitches in between those two columns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start at the bottom and go pick up two of those lines. Are you looking at the camera or are you looking?
I'm looking at the camera. Also at your thumb.
So I've got there. Then I'm going to come over to this side and I'm going to find two corresponding I'm going to go in the bottom and then one up, so I've got two. And I'm going to pull it, but not too tight. Then what you do is you go back in the same hole that this is on the left, in the same one that it's coming out of, and you go up another two. You pull, but not too tight. Then you go back to the right, go into the same space that you came out of, go up another two little ladder rungs right there. Same space, up two, same space, up two, and keep doing that. I did maybe, and you will pull this tight, you won't see the black yarn. Of course you'll be doing this probably with this tail and definitely with the same yarn that your piece is made out of, so I'm just using a contrasting color so you can see. Then when you get to the don't wait until the end to do the tightening part if it's a long garment, but okay, so now here's where the magic happens. When you pull it tight, it zips itself up. And if you get too tight, you can kind of just pull it out like that. And so now you have a seam, and you can't, those rows are now side by side, and you can't really tell where one is and one doesn't. And so on the back, that's your seam on the back, and you can weave in your ends through there. So that's the mattress stitch.
Magical.
Did you think?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So that's how you seam your raglan edges together for sleeves. They're way down here. They normally on a normal shirt they would be here. But they're way down there. So we're gonna do a giveaway this time?
We should. What are we going to give away?
You're not giving away my dress. My moo-moo. Let's give away some hedgehog sock yarn.
You don't want to give away 3 skeins of Kanaruka?
No. I like it, though. Don't get me wrong. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't do the thing I expected it to do. I don't know what I expected. So what's our question going to be?
What is your favorite method for seaming?
Not a lot of people seam.
Okay. Then,
I avoided seams for a long time.
yeah, that's fair. So then, what should it be?
Oh. Have you had a project go completely off the rails and then you just kept going with it? And how did it turn out? What was it?
There we go. That's a good one.
Yeah. Were you able to make it work, or did you just give it to somebody else? I'm keeping this. And I'm wearing it all day. So let us know.
I'm going to look towards you at the end of the day. It's just going to be a giant pile of
It's gonna have
Kanaruka.
fallen off by then. Not fallen apart, it's just going to have slipped right off.
I think it's going to still be growing.
It might. Alright, so there it is.
So, yeah.
Yeah. Good luck to you. This will be your consolation gift.
Mm-hmm.
If you've had a project turn out horribly. I'm not going to say horribly wrong.
Maybe unexpectedly.
Yeah, completely. Like, way off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's like, there we go.
All right.
Alright, so thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.